Evening, folks. How you doing? It's Middle-Aged Gaming Guy here. Welcome to another Tuesday night gaming chat where we talk about all the latest gaming news and reviews from the last 7 days or so. How is everyone this evening? I wonder how many people have been watching the football. I haven't. Don't care about it. There you go. Firstly, Mr. Danker, hello. Good evening. He was the first one here. He was literally here about 10 minutes early, so great to see you. Mr. Game Tank, hello. Good evening. Manic, hello, good to see you. Flame, how you doing? Gilfly, good to see you. Guess we are rethinking the clock design. Yes, the clocks may reappear. That's all I'm saying. This is all geared up to stuff that's going to happen in October, as you may have seen. Misty, hello. How you doing? Fighting a hard boss, so I'll be lurking. I can guess what you're playing. And we'll be talking about that very game in this show tonight. So good to see you. Just trying to survive the 28-degree heat. It is a bit of a scorcher today. Kylie, hello. Howdy. How you doing? Great to see you all. There we go. Great to see you all. So we've got, it's a bit of a funny one again today. June has been a really odd month. We've said this before. June has been an odd month because there's not been like loads of games. July is looking a little bit more promising. I'm not going to lie from what's been thrown at me on the gaming list, but June's been a funny one, and it only seems to be a one kind of big name game once a week, and this week seems to be even quieter because we only have 6 games for you this week. But obviously, to help me with these games and the news stories of what's happened in the last 7 days, it wouldn't be the same if I didn't have the co-host that knows the most. It's the one, the only, Mr. David Jones.
Good evening, mate. How you doing?
I'm very well. How are you?
Not too bad. Evening, everyone in chat. Hope you're all well.
There you go. Look, the Daves are already gearing up. There you go. Aurelian, good evening. How are you? It's gearing up for a Pat Firkle. I think that's going to be the thing. And Dave might agree with me on this because it says, all hail the one true Dave. Agreed. I feel that this year started actually okay. Like January to March, there's quite a few splatterings of games. But then April, May, and June have been quite not a lot. Like April, the only thing.
Yeah, they've been a little bit on the quieter side. I mean, yeah, I think like this week, especially, most stuff probably wanted to stay clear of Elden Rings DLC, didn't it?
Yes,
because that's going to get all the attention.
Yeah, and then July's looking a lot better, and August has got some bangers in it. And then I'll be honest, September, October, November's looking really good. So this year might pull itself back because it's a kind of a weird one. I thought like April, May last year we had some really good games, and this year it's been a bit. So, Bundy says, "Cooey, quick hello. I was watching the footy. I hope you're all well. Hello." So we're doing this instead of the footy because I didn't care about
there's football on, is there?
Yeah, apparently something about it's coming home. When they said that, I thought it was my dinner. There you go. What have you been playing, Dave, over the last 7 days or so?
The only thing I've actually played, and we're going to talk about it later, so I won't say much, is the Elden Ring DLC, Shadow of the Erdtree.
Which is what Misty's playing. He's in chat right now, yeah.
I'd be interested to know what boss she's having trouble with, because I was having trouble with one earlier. I was getting ever so close. I think I fought it about 15, 20 times. And then the last time I tried it, I did that stupid mistake where I've got them down to like pretty much the health bar gone. My health bar is nearly gone. I should have, learned from all my past mistakes in these games, rolled away, topped my health up. I thought, no, I'll keep whacking the attack button. I'm going to get him. And I didn't. The enemy's health was so low, I couldn't even see. It was that frigging close.
Infuriating.
But I'll get him next time.
Oh, man. Well, we will be talking more about Elden Ring DLC. In fact, we've got a couple of news stories as well as the fact we are going to talk about the reviews and stuff that it's got. Danker says, well, we all know he'll be coming home mag after a busy Twitch gone. Well, yeah, because ironically, this is my last stream of the week, and my next stream will be this again Tuesday next week. So this is a really short week for me, and then I'm on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So there you go. Will, hello, good evening. How are you? Good to see you. Sophie says, hey, hot stuff. Hey, short stuff. Hi, Soph. I did pass on Dave's advice as well. Sophie had a VR technical question for a friend. So we've basically sent her that. So, yeah, hopefully that helps. She said she'll speak to the person tomorrow at work and let us know. So fingers crossed. There you go. And she said, there you go. She said, thank you, Dave. There you go. That's not the definition of irony. Get it right. I don't know, folding your clothes, putting on a board. I thought that was an irony. All right. Oh, we've already spoken to him. Nice. Already spoken to him, and he said, "Thank you, amazing." So there you go. Oh, there you go. So games I played. We talked about it on the show last week. It was only one game that I played, and I managed to play it on Saturday. So streamed it on Thursday, which was Still Awakes the Deep, and probably got about halfway. I think Danka said I was about halfway through it by the time I finished the stream.
Mm-hmm.
And then Saturday I was like, right, I know I've only got about 2.5 hours to go, maybe 3. So literally played it on the Saturday and finished it off on my day off. And
nice.
So Sophie had finished. I think Sophie finished it a couple of days before me. I know a couple of other people are playing it. I think Kylie's now playing it on our recommendation stuff. I loved it, and I'm going to say, I think it deserved higher than some of the reviews it got.
It's a tricky one, isn't it? I think these days people probably expect just more to the game, don't they? More replayability from them. But this feels like a one and done.
It is.
There ain't anything wrong with that.
No,
there's plenty of other games to go and play once you finish something. But no, there seems to be that sort of expectation these days.
Yeah. Manic, we're talking about Still Wakes the Deep that I played last Thursday because now I finished it. Oh, there you go. Kylie's finished it. Oops, Kylie finished it, but still getting achievements. Absolutely love it. Yeah, it's one of those you can 1,000 gamer score, so that if you want some replayability, you can go back and play it and get it, which is pretty cool. Also, that's my only score for the night. Okay, she gives it a 7.5 out of 8. But I get that people said it was a bit too linear. I didn't really feel that was an issue because of the shortness of the game. And I thought it was very well acted, voice acted, and extremely well put together. And I get some people, I'm not going to give any spoilers, some people might not like the way it ends. But I feel, given that if you're in that situation, it would probably end that way anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought it was fine. I thought it's fine. And I was a bit worried it was going to be one of these things that it ends and it goes really weird and out there. And then you kind of go, oh, that ending didn't make any sense. But it made perfect sense.
Mm-hmm. And
it ended in only a way that it could really end. So I was going, cool. So, yeah, there you go. Bondi says, I've been splitting my game time between Metal Gear Solid 5, Phantom Pain, and Ghost of Tsushima. Both great games. Manic says, I think Still Wakes the Deep deserves better scores. There you go. The game is weird and out there anyway. Well, it is, but sometimes they take games. Do you remember that was that game that was a bit like Limbo and that side-scrolling where you had the aliens invade? I can't remember what it was. It called
yes,
Somerset or something like that, or Somerville? And
Somerville, I think.
Somerville, and that starts off pretty good, but then when you get to the end, it just goes so batshit crazy at the end. You're like, I don't even know what this meant. You get to the end of it, and you went, I don't understand the ending.
Yeah, I've forgotten about that, but yeah, you're right. It's a bit of an odd sort of ending, isn't it? Not the best. As you say, I thoroughly enjoyed it to start off with, but now towards the end, I was quite glad it was done. Yeah.
So there you go. So anyway, but yeah, I've been playing that, and I'll probably get to play some games at TwitchCon, and I've seen what's there, but I have no idea. But there's probably lots of indie stuff to play as well. So I'll report back next week and tell you what I've been playing. So there you go. Moving on to our guest now. Not our guest as advertised for the show. Bless him. Mav was due to join us to be on the show, but he's had a few personal things that have come up, and he messaged me yesterday to say, I'm really sorry, dude, for letting you down, but I want to be back for a show in July. So we're going to reschedule him and get him in July. So we quickly put something out on Twitter and saying, hey, anybody who's not been on the show, want to be, and this person has not been on the show. And she's a great friend of the channel because she pops in from time to time. She's a great friend of the wonderful Miss Antics, who we all know. Dave, you are not the guest. Shush. He's like, oh, wait, not me again. Yes, not me again. Offense of false pretenses. Blimey, Bondi. So this wonderful person has stepped in, and she was at the Twitch meet that we did on Friday, and bless her, she had to work early next day, so she turned up for like the first 2 hours and then dashed off. So I really appreciate it. And We'll be at TwitchCon because we've just been talking about it. Please welcome the one, the only, the amazing Devi. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, yeah.
All nice words, all lies.
None of it's lies. Behave, you. Behave.
But yeah, thank you for letting me fill the spot.
Oh, thank you for stepping in. We greatly appreciate it. Now,
honestly, Mags, anything for you.
Oh, bless you. That's very kind of you to say. It's Simon. Hello. Great to see you. Great to see you. DJ Mike, hello. DJ Mike says, don't behave, Devi. Don't behave.
I never behave. You know this, Mike.
Yes. So I'm going to bring up your Twitch channel for anyone who's not familiar with Devi's channel. Firstly, tell us all about your channel if anyone's not familiar with what you do, please.
Okay, so for those of you who do not know me, I am Devi Demon of Deviant Nails. I'm a level 3 qualified nail technician from the UK, using Twitch as a platform to practice nail arts for industry. I also play a variety of video games and do a selection of arty-farty crafting co-working streams.
How cool is that, people? How cool is that? And if we can get the mods to just drop that link in chat, that would be amazing. In fact, I could even... Oh, yeah, I'll sort that out in a minute.
Oh, I should also say that I am a VTuber. I always forget to mention that part.
Yeah, I was going to say...
When I do my spiel, it's because my avatar's on screen. But unfortunately, we couldn't get it to work, so you just get a very small picture of my face, which is honestly probably for the best.
You get the official Devi avatar on screen.
One of my many PNGs.
Don't worry. Dan, don't worry. It's like, damn, I've prepped all the wrong URLs. Don't worry, mate. That's not your fault. That's not your fault because obviously we hadn't re-announced who was the guest and we didn't actually state that Mav had dropped out because we wanted to see what was going on with Mav and stuff. So it's cool. But Mav will be on the show hopefully in a couple of weeks' time. And Devi, as I say, very kindly stepped in, which we really appreciate.
I don't mind pretending to be someone else.
Yeah. Here you go. Dave says, Mag, I didn't prep anything because I'm off the clock. Yeah, Dave is not working today, so we don't have to worry about that. What have you been playing recently? I think I know what the answer to this is going to be because I get the feeling it might be similar to what Dave and Misty are playing, but
I don't play Elden Ring.
Oh, okay. So you're like me. Okay.
All I know about Elden Ring is that apparently this DLC is all about fingers, and it has stolen Misty from me.
Yes. I mean,
That's all I know about Elden Ring is that every time something happens.
Yeah, we were lucky to get Misty to turn up on Friday because originally she says, I'm not coming to the Twitch meet because Elden Ring. I was like, all right then.
I can't get her out the house.
They gave me a telling off. Yeah.
I know. But you leave the house for you. No, I have recently been playing. So this month has been a bit sparse on games. I have been playing my 2 collabs that I do a month, which is Monster Hunter World with Misty. We are in Iceborne, and Temtem with Niffa JC. But my off-stream game is Path of Titans. I have been obsessed for the past 6 months or so.
Yeah.
I literally play it for a couple of hours every single night without fail. It's very rare that I don't.
Okay, so that's your main thing. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Sophie asks, where's Devi's accent from, if she doesn't mind saying? She sounds a bit like Moonchild.
I am Mancunian, so I have a slight Manchester accent. My parents kind of tried to not give me a strong accent, but it's the twang is there.
Manchester. Big it up the north.
I have a Mancunian accent, but I pronounce all my vowels.
I feel like Mancunians don't, as we discovered on Friday night. But there you go.
No, you might hear it like pop out every now and then when I get really excited, but usually I try to keep my words, pronunciation, all that. Not that I can ever speak words very well.
Well, it's funny you say that because Bondi said Londoners don't pronounce their vowels either, so I don't think neither the north or the south. Maybe, and I wouldn't say Brummies do either.
It's different. We have a different way of not pronouncing them.
Yeah. Mike said my parents fucked up my accent. Everyone sounds British to me. That's hilarious. I don't pronounce my stuff. I don't think hardly anyone does. I don't think anyone actually talk English. Brummies, Will's going to say. But there you go. Dave said, wait a minute. Why is Manchester familiar? Oh, boo the North. Boo you, sir. Boo you. Oh, apparently Dave does pronounce. He said, Sophie's from Yorkshire, so she doesn't pronounce her stuff. So she's another wonderful northerner. But there you go. Londoners say water without pronouncing T. Oh, water. Yeah, they say water, don't they? I find that weird.
Wait,
weird
water. Without pronouncing, it'd be water.
Water or water. Why are people? Is it the Brummies that do? Who says water? Because is that Brummies? Is that
no idea? I've never heard that, but I have noticed that there's a difference between the north and the south. Now, because I pronounce the T, I never know what I want. But one says water and one says water.
Oh yeah, there's a water. There you go. There's the water. I like that. Dave says, "I just speak Betty." No, I'm missing there, Dave. But he is from Yorkshire, so there you go. My nan used to say it like that, and she's from Yorkshire. I was like, it's more of a northern thing then. Probably,
yeah. No, I was always, every time I mispronounced a word, it was like say it better. So I've sort of kind of got like I've kind of got a bit of Queen's English because I do try. It's just from being brought up that way.
I mean, if someone says it, say it better. I'll be say it better. Like that. But there you go. There you go. Anyway, so can we get Devi's Twitch channel dropped into the chat again? If you're not following her, please do give her a follow. She's a wonderful, wonderful person. I'm looking forward to seeing you yet again, obviously at TwitchCon this weekend.
Yes.
And not only that, you're going to be at Timeless, aren't you?
I am indeed, yes.
And I'm guessing you might be at Format as well, maybe, I guess.
I'm not 100% sure about Format because that tends to be on a Thursday night and I'm up at 5:30 on a Friday for work.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, TBC on Format then, but definitely going to be.
Yeah, definitely Timeless. I am very much excited. I cannot wait to get back to Timeless.
Thank you.
I wasn't paid to say that either.
You have no idea how excited I am, and I'm the one fucking running it with 3 other people, and we're like, is Dave going to be at Timeless? Because if he is, I won't have to go as he hit the 1 Dave per event quota.
Yeah, I'll be there. I've got the time booked off work. So
yeah,
all is good.
So that's good. But Dave Johnson is part of the team, so therefore there needs to be 2 Daves in the building. So I want to see Dave this time. He hid from me last time. Well, Sophie will come and say hello to you, Dave. He's like, woo! And then heard me say that.
I'll try and stand out a bit more.
Yeah. You do try to slink in the shadows, Dave. You kind of slowly come up to me going, all right, mate. I'm like, all right, we'll have a chat. And then you go off and play something. And I'll go off and do something. And you come back and say hello. And then he darts off. So
I just stealth around.
He stealths around playing games.
Around the house and scare the wife.
There you go. One can never have too many Daves. Good evening, Ben. How are you doing, buddy? Great to see you. There you go. All right, folks. Shall we start this show? After talking of slinking round houses and not pronouncing words correctly, let's get this show on the road. This, folks, is our 173rd show. We've got 6 new games, including the Elden Ring DLC, Shadow of the Erdtree. We have got the Riven remake. For anyone who doesn't know what that is, we'll explain more of that later. And also that came out today, Super Monkey Ball Banana Rumble. There's one that I'll probably pronounce wrong a little bit later on. But let's kick things off with our first game. Now, this did come out a couple of weeks ago, and we didn't get a chance to talk about it. It's interesting to see that we talked about a similar game on the show last year that personally, I'm looking forward to, which is a game called Unrecord, which is a Bodycam action game. Sometimes when games get announced, people beat other people to the punch. This game is a very similar format, except it's more multiplayer. This is out on early access on PC, but this, folks, is called Bodycam. Let's have a look at the trailer. Let us know your thoughts in the chat. Here goes. So there you go, folks. That is Bodycam, which is now on early access on PC, and it does look like a massively taken a big chunk from Unrecord here, haven't they? But they've tried to do something different with this game, haven't they, Dave?
Yeah, it's perhaps trying to ride on a little bit of the hype from that, because it's that same ultra realistic, as you say, body cam, sort of viewpoint. And the graphics on it do look very, very good. They've done a pretty good job there. Considering this is like an early access title, it's surprising it looks this good at the moment. From what I've been reading, it does sound like it's a little bit, probably a bit unfair to say rough. It is quite early access.
Yeah.
Steam page does say that it will be entering beta at some point soon. So it's earlier than beta. Yeah, it's alpha at the moment, really, if anything. So it's going to have a lot of rough edges around it. Only have a few maps for you to play on, small number of game modes. So it's really one of those ones that hopefully the devs will keep working on it. So as long as people keep playing it and buying it and playing it, and keep updating the content, updating the maps, improving it with all the player feedback to keep it going. Because the problem with any sort of multiplayer shooter at the moment, there's so many of them vying for your attention. It's all these games have got to do something to try and keep you there, keep you playing.
Yeah.
For anyone who's looking to play it, it is quite a quick time to kill on this one. I think it's almost like one-shot kills.
Yes.
I think it is quick to then get back in the game. So if you're starting out in it, you might just get killed over and over again really quickly. Because I think there's issues with the way that you spawn. Sometimes you might spawn right in front of an enemy who will just attack you straight away, and you're dead again. Got to wait a couple of seconds to respawn. So whilst it looks good, it's not without its issues at the moment. But given a bit of time, it might be worth playing. But for me personally, it's probably way too early for me to like this. If it's not even like a beta stage at the moment, I think I'll wait a while, see if it grows in popularity, see what improvements they can do to it.
I think it's one of those where because I'm so hyped for Unrecord, when this came up, I was like, oh, this looks good. But then this is multiplayer, was Unrecord is, I'm guessing that's going to have multiplayer, but is also got a single story campaign to it. And I think that appeals to me more. So I don't know I don't know whether that would do. Devi, this looks ultra realistic, right? Is it something you're quite impressed with? I guess from what you kind of play, this isn't your kind of game, but what are your thoughts on this one?
So, no, it's not my kind of game, but it is my kind of interest, if that makes sense. So I used to be a LARPer, so I used to do like sort of similar IRL, so it did catch my attention. Now I don't know if it was this one or if it was Unrecord that I could, but something did come up for a couple of days, did keep popping up on my Twitter feed.
Yeah.
And I genuinely thought it was like real life body cam footage at first. So I am well impressed with the graphics. I must say I am. Yeah. I'm not going to play it, but the graphics, I was blown away the first time I saw. I don't know which one it was, if it was this one or if it was the other one, but like absolutely amazing graphics. The work they put in is fantastic.
Yeah. Big Fuzzy Yak, hello. Lovely to see you.
I hope you had that name.
Yeah, it's great.
Sorry.
Big Fuzzy Yak is fantastic. She was on our show literally a couple of weeks ago. I hope you had a wonderful holiday, by the way. Hope you had a good time. Hi, friends. There you go. Becca's here as well. Hello, Becca. Lovely to see you. And so she said, oh, did I just miss a horror game? No, you haven't. You're okay. You're good. Big Jesse, good evening. How are you doing? So yeah, it's out of the two. I want to, when Unrecord comes out, that's the one I'm going to go for. Whether I play this or not, I don't know. No worries, Jesse. Absolutely fine. So for those who've just missed it, we are talking about Bodycam, which is in early access. This came out 2 Fridays ago on PC. For those who are not familiar with the show, please drop your scores in the chat. We don't review the games, but we take an average score that I scour the internet to get the scores from. And if you get it right, you can have halves or whole numbers. You'll get a shout out in the chat. Now, we've already got some scores already. So let's have a look. Let's scroll down. Danka said, just for how the graphics have been produced for the realism, 8 out of 10. Bondi says a 7.5. Manic says a 7. Ben says, can't help but think they rushed to get this available before the competitions, so maybe a 6.5. Aurelian says 8.5. Fuzzy says 7.5. Gilfly says 7. Flame says 7. Dave, I'll start with you. Becca says she'll go with your score. So what do you reckon, Dave?
I'm going to go with a 6.
Okay, going with a 6. Devi, what do you reckon?
My gut tells me about a 5.5.
Okay, a 5.5. Okay, so we got quite a few scores here. Emperor Carrot is saying a 7. Folks, get your scores in. This is your last chance. This is Bodycam, which is out in early access. Wait, aren't we all supposed to be saying this? I don't know. I don't know. Kylie says, I can't concentrate tonight, so 7.5 because it's safe. It's a safe move. A brutal 6 from Dave, says Bondi. So we'll see. So, last chance, folks. This came out Friday the 7th on PC, early access. And if there's no more scores, I can tell you this got, and I'll tell you, it's a great start for our guest because it exactly got an average of 5.5 out of 10.
Fair play.
Well done, Debbie.
I always trust my gut. No, I sort of went that low because, yeah, the graphics look fantastic, but graphics isn't everything in a game. And I agree with Ben that it does seem like they have rushed this out to get above the competition, which potentially leaves a lot of space for bugs.
Yes.
And because it's early access, like it just
yeah. There's a couple of things that they've stated. One, if you're in a match, this is not a game that you can play quickly. Each match lasts 30 minutes. So you need to have 30 minutes to play a match. You can get caught up on obstacles and walls. And sometimes when you're trying to jump up, it doesn't always do the hit detection that you climb. So you could be shot in the back while you're trying to climb and get away, which doesn't make it good. Or you might be snagged on a wall. So again, it is early access, and I'm sure they'll sort this out. But there's things like that. And as Dave said, you can respawn. The respawning's quick, but you can respawn right in front of an enemy and they'll just shoot you and then you're dead again. So yeah, you go. So Debbie, you're the only one who got this right. But sorry, what were you going to say, Dev?
I forgot. Oh no, I was when you mentioned about being the shot in the back while you're trying to climb up something.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree with that because that is what could happen. Like it's from what I'm looking at, it's trying to replicate real life. And if I'm climbing up a wall, I doubt somebody's going to sit and wait for me to get to the top and over before opening fire. So like, and getting stuck on obstacles, trust me, when you are deep in a game, you can get, like, I got stuck to a tree once trying to bash somebody in while I was LARPing, and I have no idea how I did it, but I can say that it is entirely possible.
Yeah, so it can happen. It can happen.
It can. But yeah, no, I think there's a lot of potential in the game from what I've seen, but it does feel very rushed.
Yeah, and I'm going to say this. We try not to do early access games on this show. We try to do it wait until the final thing. But if we do cover it in early access, there's a good chance we do cover it, the final thing. So I always say, take this score with a pinch of salt, because we've seen some early access games that have kind of stayed the same way they are and don't actually improve. And we've seen some that have done massively better and got far better scores. So take this score with a pinch of salt, So there you go. I mean, Outlast 2 was probably a good one from this year. The scores were pretty good for it, early access. When it came out, the scores were even better. So there you go. Let's move on to something completely different. So there's a slew of games that I've seen. And again, this kind of falls in with that genre. This came out last Thursday on PC and Switch. And you may have seen these games where you make drinks and talk to customers. There's been a number of coffee talk games. And this falls in that same sort of genre. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is called Tavern Talk. Let's have a look at the trailer for this one.
And if I get lost, I know I can return. There's a drink awaiting me at the tavern. Oh, if I get lost, I know I can return. There's a drink awaiting me at the tavern.
There you go, folks. That is Tavern Talk. Bondi, thank you so much for being here. Take care. Misty says, "Oh, this game looks brilliant." Kylie said was like, "I zoned out on this one," so I think this is you either going to love it or not. I'm not going to lie. I've played both Coffee Talk games. I actually appreciate those games because they do. Yeah, because they're like those are like very minor puzzle games, but it's the narrative that drives that game along. And they do make good stories. And it's funny how there's so many multiple endings. So depending on what you serve and what you say to people, it can really change the way the game ends. So I kind of would have appreciated this, but it's the sort of thing I'd only play if it was on a free service, if it was on PS Plus or Game Pass, because that's what I've done with the other Coffee Talk games.
The same for me. I'd rush out to buy this one. It looks good though. I'm sure lots of people like these sort of cozy games, sort of visual novel sort of games will go out and get it. So visually, I think it looks cool. Cool art style they've done for. Character design's really nice. As you say, it's going to be very similar to the Coffee Talk stuff. You're running this tavern. There's some big sort of world event going on like outside the walls of the tavern, but then all the adventurers who are sort of dealing with that are coming into the tavern. They're telling you, various bits and pieces while you're having conversations with them. Some of the things they tell you, the rumors you're hearing off them, you can sort of piece those together to make new quests that you can give to the people who come into the tavern. They'll go off and do them. They might come back. Hopefully they'll come back. Depends if you give them the right drink to sort of buff them up. Because that's like the other side to this. They'll be asking for certain drinks. It's up to you to make the right thing. You can put certain buffs to it. It's like, improve their vigor, help them sort of survive magical attacks, stuff like that. So there's quite a little bit of stuff you got to think about as well as the conversations you're having with them. So, it sounds like quite a sort of cool game. Not the sort of thing I would usually play. And like you, unless it pops up on Game Pass, I don't think I'd ever would go out and get it.
Yeah.
But if it pops up on Game Pass, I might consider having a look at it. There was nothing else major out at the time.
Yeah. Devi, your thoughts on this one?
I am incredibly excited for this. I cannot wait to get my hands on it. It is right up my alley, especially for this is something that I definitely want to stream in the future. I cannot wait to get my fingers into it because it's one of those sort of gentle, idle puzzle games. The mechanics kind of remind me of A Little to the Left somewhat, and me and my community absolutely love that. But the art style, the ambient feel of the game, the characters, they've hit a lot of those stereotypical fan service Dungeons and Dragons sort of ideas, and I feel like it's really catering to that crowd. I genuinely really, really, really want this game to do well. Like, I am so excited to play it, and it's definitely gonna be something that I purchase as soon as I have the pennies for it.
Sophie says, does Devi know that there's a new Little to the Left DLC coming out?
Yes, I do, and I can't wait for it. Sorry, I'm really excited. I love Little to the Left. Me and my community love Little to the Left. It's something that we play when we fancy a nice chill, sit down, chillax, not really getting anything done. And I feel like Tavern Talk is going to be the same sort of thing. It feels very much a game that I don't need to be too much for, if that makes sense. If I'm having a night where I feel like I don't really fancy, having all of the energy, we'll have a chill time. I feel like Tavern Talk is the type of game that's going to fit that aesthetic really, really well. Because
Thanks,
I thought you were laughing at me then. I was like, what did I say?
No, you're being really serious, and then that pops up on screen.
But no, I feel like Tavern Talk is there is many other games like it, but I do feel like it has filled a little niche that was missing, because it has hit the D&D crowd, it's hit the role play crowd, it's hit those that like a nice chill time. Coffee. I love coffee. I live on coffee, but a coffee drinking game has never really grabbed me. Now, alcoholic, yes, because you can make them so pretty. They all look different. They're different colors. I feel like it's really engaging, and it's really just the art style in general is really quite. It grabs your attention.
Okay.
And I'm really excited for it. I'll shut up now. I'm really excited.
I could tell. So there we go. I'm going to say hello, Jenny. Hello, great to see you. Thank you for joining us tonight. Let's get some scores in because people have started scoring scores. So let's have a look. Danker says an 8 out of 10. Not his thing, but can see this being very popular with people. Who else we got? Let's have a look. Big Fuzzy Yak says a 6 out of 10. Ben says a 7.5. Gilfly says an 8. Kai says 8 for the people that will like it. So folks, get your scores in if you haven't already got your scores in for Tavern Talk. William says 7.5. Will says an 8. Jenny says a 9. Debbie, we'll start with you. What do you reckon this got?
I'm sort of teetering between 7.5 and 8 because ideally I would like it to hit an 8, but I feel realistically it's not quite had the attention it deserves yet. So I'm going to say 7.5. Okay,
going 7.5. Flame is coming with an 8. Will says it's the type of game you would play on the Switch. Well, yes, because it is out on Switch as well as PC. Dave, what do you reckon to this one?
I'll try an 8 for this one.
Going for an 8. Okay. Last chance, folks. Get your scores in now if you want to win a shout out in the chat. It's Tavern Talk, which came out last Thursday on PC and Switch. And if there is no one else with any scores, I can tell you. Manic says a 7. 8.5 out of 10.
Ooh, yes.
Very good.
High.
Oh, brilliant.
High. So there you go. This is done very well. That's average score, 8.5.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah. So there you go. Jenny's like, whoop. Carly's like, whoa.
That's really good, though, for that sort of type of game. I don't think I've seen one ever do that well.
Yeah. So it's done exceptionally well. So there you go, folks. So that's a big scoring game. I don't think anyone actually said 8.5 in chat. I don't think. I know the mods will check, but it looks like it's going to be one of these weeks. We're not only low on games, but we're low on people getting scores right. So like, because Jack says, wow. Well, you show I'm not into that when I'm scoring bad. There you go. Can't see any. I can't see any either, Dan. So I think that's literally no one got that right. But there you go. We'll have some more games for you shortly. But let's talk about something that has been announced and quite interesting. So the next biggest gaming event to hit the world. No, it's not Timeless, ladies and gentlemen. Hold, calm yourselves. It's going to be Gamescom. Okay. Gamescom literally hits the 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th of August. And there's a couple of things that are quite interesting because Xbox and Nintendo have, over the last couple of years, always exhibited at Gamescom. However, there's been some changes because Nintendo have decided not to showcase anything this year. Now, that might be the case that we are waiting for a big reveal of the next Nintendo console. So therefore, they might be at Gamescom. But it was weird because they were at PAX East and PAX West with other stuff earlier this year, which was over in America and Australia. So it's kind of weird that they're not at the biggest gaming event in the world. Xbox, however, have basically gone balls to the wall and gone, well, you thought our stand was big last August. We're going double the size. And they're just having a huge, massive showcase, an area. And even it's going to be the first time that Blizzard and Activision is in the Xbox area, but is still technically a separate area. So they're going to be showcasing a lot of stuff that we saw at the Xbox showcase. Sony, however, have chosen to ignore Gamescom pretty much since before COVID, and are not at any major shows anywhere in the world whatsoever. So my question to Dave and Debbie is, do we think there's two questions here. One, we think that's why Nintendo aren't exhibiting because we think they're going to go boom, check out our new console next year. And two, why do we think Sony are not exhibiting at anything these days?
I mean, Sony are confidently in first place, aren't they? They're the best-selling console. They perhaps feel that just doing their state of play is good enough to like get the information out there. But it's a bit of a shame, not giving people more time for hands-on with the games. Because, that's what ultimately people want. Go and be able to play these things, not just watch the fancy trailers that get shown on the state of play. Nintendo, I guess a lot of the stuff they got coming out, perhaps after like August, I can't remember what there is. There might not be a huge number of things between now and when we think their next console is going to come out.
Yeah.
So they just they don't want to start hyping that just yet. Because I want to keep the standard Switch selling, just probably between now and Christmas.
True.
And Xbox being behind in third place, they do need a big show, really, don't they? Try and pull more people over to the Xbox brand, and at least they have got a good selection of games coming out. Latter half.
They have.
Plenty of stuff coming from Blizzard, like Indiana Jones. You've got the I think World of Warcraft expansion. And just plenty of other good stuff. Avowed, another good one, another decent RPG. So they've got some good stuff to show off. So hopefully they'll have all that stuff there, and people get some hands-on time with it. Might tempt them to come over to Xbox and play those things over there.
Yeah. Devi, what do you think?
So I don't really have much to say about Sony because I'm not really in their pocket. But I do agree that it does feel like they've sort of got themselves big enough and they're just sort of like, we don't have to be everyone if we've not got the energy for it. It ain't going to affect us that much. Now, Nintendo, on the other hand, I've always been with Nintendo, and I feel like the way they've approached a lot of things recently has changed.
Yeah.
Like, I know it was a bit of a shock to the Pokemon community when they announced the new game and sort of went, instead of releasing this half-assed, we're going to make you wait a bit longer and release a full game, which is something that the community's been asking for years. But we were all a bit surprised that they actually listened to us. And I don't know, I just feel like Nintendo has been a bit, like, especially with the last Direct, usually they end on a really high note. But the last one, I don't know, it just felt very lackluster and like they were holding themselves back. So I do feel like they're potentially going to be like, we're just sort of cruising along and then bam, look at our new console. This is what it's going to do. This is, let's get some hype for it. And I'm hoping.
I think that's probably the case. I actually thought we talked about the Direct on last week's show. We felt the Direct was pretty strong compared to some Directs they've done. But there is the case, there is a lot of stuff that is like, there was no date. And especially the big reveal of the new Metroid game, which everyone's been waiting for since 2017.
Yeah.
But you kind of get the feeling that is going to possibly be the lead game for the new.
Oh yeah, 100%. I can see.
It'll be on Switch as well. So
100%. I can see. Metroid being, because I mean, people have loved Metroid for years. But it does. I don't know, the way Nintendo are at the minute, it does feel a bit sus to somebody as. I've been with Nintendo since I was a tween. I had the first. Still got it somewhere. So to see the sort of approach to things change ever so slightly, it has sort of made me going, what are you up to?
There you go. Danker says, I think they're holding back deliberately next gen. Aurelian one, he censored himself. I thought this was so I'll uncensor it. Nintendo can suck a dick. There have been 60 people making sheet music with their games, despite those people having their permission to do so, and royalties going to the composers. So he's not happy. Thank you for auto. I really appreciate that, but I'm quite happy to say dick, cock, fuck, dick, whatever I feel. It's my show. But no, thank you.
This is why we get on, because I don't have to be afraid of words on here. But I agree. It is a shame that Nintendo is such a big cease and desist.
Yeah.
Honestly, you sneeze in a tune that sounds something similar to one of theirs, and they're on your ass and like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
That's it. The lawyer's ears prick up down.
Yeah. But I will put my hands down and say I am loyal to Nintendo. I have moved more towards PC gaming, but Nintendo has been with me because I can't tend to play Xbox or anything like that because of the controllers.
Yes.
It's an accessibility feature, which has got better, I will admit.
Yeah,
Nintendo will always be my thing.
Which is perfectly cool. See, Will says I'm a Sony fan for me and always will be. That's absolutely cool. I'm more of an Xbox boy. Everyone knows that. I've always been an Xbox boy. But I love my Switch and I love my PlayStation. So, I'm like Switzerland. I sit on the fence. I do play more of my stuff on the Xbox, and I think I've always been more of an Xbox fan. But I can appreciate the other consoles for what they are and stuff, which is cool. So there you go. So I'm sure we'll have lots of news for you by the end of August about Gamescom, and they're going to do an opening night live, so we'll get to see a lot of games announced and things that are going to be at the show. So there you go. I sit on the fence. Must have been a good ladder. It's one of these fences about that high. You can't see it, it's like down here. There you go. So there you go. Am I going to Gamescom? No. It was either TwitchCon or Gamescom, and I really want to go to TwitchCon. I was offered to go to Gamescom, but it will absolutely bankrupt me. Sawyer very kindly invited me, but I just got too much on. And if we're doing Timeless, to then completely do that takes a lot out of me, and then to basically fly off to Gamescom straight after would just be suicidal career move. I think
you need the next month to get over it.
Yeah, so it's not. I decided I'm not going to go to I'm going to go to Gamescom for 2 days. Nice. See, I will go, but I will probably go next year. So we'll go. Depends where they announce TwitchCon for, because if they say TwitchCon's in UK, then I probably will.
I thought TwitchCon was announced to be in Rotterdam for the next 3 years.
Is it?
I thought that's what they announced.
Oh shit! Have they done an EGX and basically done a deal with the venue?
I don't know exactly what it is, but I'm sure I saw somewhere that it's in Rotterdam for the next 3 years.
Ooh, okay. Well, it's interesting because they normally move it around, but it's only been in 3 different cities twice.
Yeah, because the last one was in Paris, and I refused to set foot in Paris again.
Sacre bleu!
That was literally the only reason I didn't go to TwitchCon last year.
Because it was in Paris, bloody hell.
Yeah.
All right.
I just Googled it and it doesn't look like it is there for the next 3 years.
Oh, shit. Yeah, okay. I did not know that. There you go. Yeah, 2025 and 26.
I mean, at least this way we can all plan in advance instead of
at least
being
we know where we go. Yeah. At least we know where we're going.
I know where we're going.
So Rotterdam and San Diego for the next 3 years. Yeah, but they never move it from San Diego. It's always been San Diego, which is a really important put the junk. It could be Rotterdam or anywhere, Liverpool or Rome.
Oh my gosh! Imagine a TwitchCon in Liverpool.
Yeah.
That would be brilliant. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Some of the best conventions I've ever been to have been held in Liverpool in this dank, dirty little room, and they're just great.
Yeah. It's going to be fantastic. TwitchCon slumming it at Liverpool 2027. I'll be up for that. You know,
100%.
At this rate, I might be fucking running the thing, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, let's go.
Hey, woo, go on. Jesus. Here we go. Let's move on. Let's move on to another game. And then I think we'll do a big reveal for Timeless. Talking of other gaming events, we'll do a big reveal. We've got something really cool to share with you tonight, folks. So we're going to talk about a VR game. This did come out in May on MetaQuest, but it did also come out last Thursday on PSVR 2. Now, weirdly, they didn't release the trailer for the PSVR 2 version, but there were plenty of reviews. So we are going to play the MetaQuest thing, but we never talked about it when it came out in May anyway. So here is the trailer for Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted 2 in virtual reality. Check this out.
You there, are you a self-starter? Got references? We don't care. Fazbear Entertainment is looking for fresh blood. My last assistant just wasn't cut out for this line of work. So, we're a bit short-staffed at the moment. It's not all fun and games. This is hard work, and hard work is for winners. You need to be great at customer service, technical support, safety and security, and game testing. With any luck, You'll have a shred of artistic talent. You better be an A+.
You're now teaching at a high school level.
There's no room for A- at Fazbear's. What do you say? Ready to join a winning team? Good. First, you need to get me ready for my next performance. How do I look? It's showtime.
So there you go, folks. That is Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted 2, which came out last month on MetaQuest 3 and is now out on PSVR 2. Tell us a little bit more about this one, please, Dave.
Yeah, so this one, you're another new employee. It's Fazbear. You've got to try and keep the pizzeria going. You've got to make sure the animatronic creatures are working, all while crazy shit is happening in the place. This is whilst it's in VR. It's generally looks to be a collection of like mini games. So you got like one where you do the makeup on that one character, another one where you got to like repair them, another one where you've got to like heal one of them. You briefly saw it in the trailer, and like part of it involves you like using a hammer to smash the knee. But because it causes the character pain, it screams. You've got to quickly gag it with a mask that's in the same room just to stifle its screams so it doesn't attract anything else. And then you've got some other little silly ones as well, like little shooting mini games. Another one where it's like the old whack-a-mole. Just lots of stuff like that. So it's not like you're exploring like the environment like you might do in the mainstream games. It's like you're in a position doing activities. Because it's VR, these things usually work pretty well. You are reaching out for like the tools that you need. And that all really helps the immersion. And because it feels like you're in there with in the VR. If like you get the jump scares come out and get you, the characters suddenly rush up to you, it feels a hell of a lot scarier. Play these sort of horror games in VR. So I think for any horror fans, this would be pretty good.
Yeah.
And considering it looked pretty decent on Quest 3 in that trailer, the PSVR 2 with the extra power that's got behind it, it will look even better on that. So for the horror fans, for the Five Nights at Freddy's fans, as long as you've got a VR headset, it's probably worth a look.
Can I just bring up the comment that Debbie just made in chat? Because Sophie says, can we have a whack-a-mag at Timeless? And Debbie went, I don't even need a prize for that one. Thanks.
I'll bring a hammer.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Dave. Please.
Me and Dave will have the hammers at the door. Everyone gets one for whack-a-mag.
I'm not even going to be able to walk in my own event. And then I look, bang, like that.
It's fine. It'll just be the inflatable squeaky ones.
Yeah. Well, no, knowing Dave, he'll probably bring proper hammers. He says, I'll get the keys.
I've got a decent mallet somewhere as well.
I reckon the queue will be out the fucking door for that. There'll be more people wanting to smack me around the head with hammer than there will be wanting to see Jason on his little skateboard going round.
Charge £5-10 a go. Make a killing.
Well, we can raise money for charity. I mean, it'd be my charity to pay for the fucking hospital bills after everyone's hit me with an hammer, but...
Can't deny it's a good idea.
You don't see me not saying it. There you go. Whack-a-mag. There you go, says Misty. Jason's the decoy. Whether or not he runs it at the event, we will give it up by a setup date. Oh, my God. Do it for everyone can. Yes, we'll raise money for everyone can.
Yeah, that is such a good idea.
I will go through absolute torture to raise a lot of money for everyone can because they're an amazing charity. 7 weeks to make a whack-a-mag game for touchscreen. Who says touchscreen? I think they actually want to hit me in the face with the hammer. Everyone can hit you with a hammer. Genius. Anyway, Debbie, your thoughts on this?
So I've never played a Five Nights at Freddy's game, but I will admit I am elbow deep into the lore. A lot of it goes over my head, but it is a game that I enjoy hearing about. It's a game I enjoy laughing at because the lore and the story is so convoluted. But it is one of those games. I think it's going to do well because it's Five Nights at Freddy's, and even if people aren't playing it I feel a lot of the time with a lot of the recent games, people aren't playing it for the game, they're playing it to find the lore and the secrets, and if it's canon, if it's not. The loreists love Five Nights at Freddy's, and it's the entire reason that I'm still in the community on the outskirts of it. But yeah, I think I think it's going to be a good one.
I think it'll do well. I can see the appeal of it. You say people play it for the lore and stuff and the characters and stuff. So there you go. So, folks, get your scores in. What do we think this will get for this, which is Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted 2 VR? Aurelian, thank you so much for the gifted tier 1 sub that has gone to Misty. So greatly appreciate that. Tomo, how you doing, buddy? Great to see you. It was great to see you on Friday at the Twitch meetup. Absolutely. And can I just say also, before we start getting scores in, big thank you to everyone who's in the chat again. I said this yesterday, but anyone that either came to the event like live in person or anyone who watched it live, the fact that we hit like over 10k viewers at one point and then managed to keep a constant of 9,600 people watching the event was fucking insane. And that was our first event. So thank you to everyone who supported it in either way, by watching it or turning up. Greatly appreciate it. Was really good, mate. You and the gang did a brilliant job. Thank you. I'm not going to take all the credit. Kelp Brenny was there. Obviously Lisa was there, who was our guest last week. And then obviously there was another guy who couldn't be there because it was on holiday, but there's a guy called Control Alt Dan, and he helped promote it as well. But he'll be at the next one. So there's actually 4 of us on that team. But yeah, we're really happy. So thank you so much. Let's have a look at the scores we've got so far for this. Let's just scroll up, see if anyone. Let's scroll down. So Dave is saying a 7 for Five Nights at Freddy's. Ben saying a 7. Aurelian says, I want to get a 1, but he'll probably get a 6.5. Flame says an 8. Get your scores in, folks, for this. If you don't know what this is and you missed the trailer, it's Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted 2 on PSVR 2. Dave, I'll start with you this time. What do you reckon?
I'll try a 7.5 for this one. Okay.
Gilfly saying the same as you, Dave, 7.5.
Cool.
Jenny is saying a 5 for this one. I think it's going to be a bit average. Devi, what do you reckon?
I'm going to say an 8.
Ooh, okay. Going for an 8. So we've got quite an array of scores here. Some people are going very mid, some are going quite high. Last chance, folks. Get your scores in if you want to get a shout out. Manic's going for a 7.5. This is Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted 2. Came out last Thursday on PSVR 2, but also came out on the 14th of May on Meta Quest 3. And if there are no more scores, I'll tell you what, Devi, you're doing well. It's got an 8 out of 10. So that's 2 out of 3 you got right.
So
you're putting our resident expert to shame here.
I'll be in your chair next week, Dave.
Sounds like a plan. I'll have the week off.
Dave can have a week off. He'll be like, oh, thank God. Thank God. Go follow Devi. Go follow the channel.
Oh,
go click on the link. Go support her because she's been a brilliant guest so far. And anyone else who gets them right, do go click their links. Go give them follows because all these people take their time out to come and watch this show. So it's greatly appreciated if we all support them back. So please go do that. Thank you so much. We have got 3 more games to talk about this evening and a bit more news. We're going to be talking about Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erdtree, which is the big DLC that came out. We've got Riven, and we've also got Super Monkey. Oh, I knew I'd get that wrong. Said I'd get that wrong earlier. Super Monkey Ball Banana Rumble. So before we hit on that, let's talk about Timeless because we have got some big news. But for those who don't know what Timeless is, have a look at this. Yes, folks, Timeless Gaming Convention is literally, I mean, we're talking about 7 weeks tomorrow, I think, if I've got my dates right. 7 weeks tomorrow. Will says, never heard of it. Blimey. Well, if you've never heard of it, it is at Europe's largest arcade, which is Arcade Club in Bury in Greater Manchester. We have got 4 floors with over 400 machines for you to play. Some of the latest arcade machines, some amazing retro machines, pool tables, basketball hoops, air hockey, the lot, pinball machines for you to play free of charge for at least 11 hours or 12 hours if you have a VIP ticket. Not only that, You can play the latest indie games in the debug indie game area, where we're going to have 18 brand new indie games. Some of them have never been at any other show. So we have got basically the network premiere of some indie games. We have also got our gaming challenges stage, supported by Sneak Energy, the Sneak Challenge stage, where you'll be able to play some games like Tekken 8, Bullion, Just Dance 2024, plus some other games that we will be announcing over the course of the weeks, where you can win some fantastic prizes. We're going to be announcing a lot of those prizes, hopefully next week. Not only that, we have our tabletop area courtesy of Geek Retreat. We have a ton of exhibitors. And obviously, last night we announced a brand new exhibitor that we've got Gamer Clothing there, a company that you can basically get all your clothing for your streams or your content basically made for you. You come up with the designs and they get it printed and made for you. They're also going to be interviewing content creators and finding out what you want from clothing lines. So we've got yet another clothing company at the show, which is going to be pretty damn good. On top of that, we've got our main stage, and we will be hopefully announcing our other official partners that will be sponsoring the main stage, because the deal was pretty much done today, but we're not allowed to talk about it until next week, where you can get some wonderful talks from the wonderful Jason from the Gadget Show, who's our opening keynote speaker. Ashens, we've got our content creator panel, we've got Melanin Gamers panel, the debug panel, as I said, Slopes' game quiz, our Legends panel with people who've worked on games, everything from GoldenEye all the way through to Helldivers 2. And we've got our cosplay competition and lots of prizes. And talking of prizes, this is a big announcement, because we are announcing another new partner for Timeless 2024. The last couple of years, we always like to try and reward the people that buy the tickets and support the event. For those who came to our very first event, there was one lucky winner that came all the way from Stoke who won a PlayStation 5 Horizon bundle. Last year, a number of you managed to win some Backbones, where you could plug your phone in and play either PlayStation, Xbox, or Steam games. And this year, we think we might have outdone ourselves, because we are happy to announce, and if I refresh this, I hope this is here. We are happy to announce, as I scroll down, because I forgot to ask Jesse if it's there, we can announce that we are partnering with GT Omega, who are giving us 2 amazing gaming chairs to give away. And they are worth, the red one on the right is worth £150, and the blue one on the left is £165. Nice. You can win the red chair just for buying a ticket. So if you've bought any of the tickets, or you've done a VIP upgrade, so you might be a content creator, but you've paid for a VIP upgrade, you will be entered into a raffle, and someone will win that chair there. Now, we're going to have one of the chairs at the show, and all the content creators are going to get to sign it. And that will be on display at the show. But we will basically send that chair out to your home, so you don't have to take it back with you on the day. You don't have to worry about that. So we will send it to you. Like, nothing worse than getting on the train with a fucking chair that size.
Yeah, but at least chair ready.
So we will send that out to you, courtesy of GT Omega. You can find out more about them and the prizes. But not only that, we are also going to announce a special competition for the chair on the left on the day. We're not going to tell you how you're going to win it or who's eligible to win it until the day of the event. So you need to be there to win the chair, which is the more expensive one. So we have got 2 amazing gaming chairs, courtesy of GT Omega. And these are 2 of our big main prizes just for people that are attending the event. On top of that, we have got our 2 tickets for MCM Comic-Con London, courtesy of the amazing Sneak Energy, for the cosplay competition. So if you want to come in cosplay, you could win 2 tickets to MCM Comic-Con London in October, courtesy of Sneak. And we will be hinting, while I'm away at TwitchCon, Amy will be revealing a few other little prizes that we'll be officially announcing next week for the other competitions that we'll be announcing. So, big thank you to GT Omega. They are officially another partner, along with our amazing partners. As I said, here you go. Our headline partner, Sneak Energy, plus another one that we'll be announcing hopefully next week, along with the amazing Gamer Guide magazine, Debug magazine, our charity partner, Everyone Can, Geek Retreat Berry, Pixel Addict magazine, and now GT Omega. We have got so many more competitions to announce, so many more prizes, so much more stuff for the VIP goodie bags to announce, and a few more special guests to be unveiled over the next couple of weeks. Don't forget, if you want to get your tickets, VIP tickets will stop being sold on the 14th of July. So you've just got over 2 weeks. If you want to get a VIP ticket is 50 quid, gets you in 1 hour earlier, gets you a free lunch voucher. So you get a burger, nachos, hot dog, pizza on us. You can get 10% off all our merch. If you order it in advance, you can get any timeless merch and collect it on the day. Not only that, you can take part in all the competitions before anybody else by holding up your VIP lanyard. And in the goodie bag, we have revealed so far that you not only will get a limited edition, and I'll show you this, that's the limited edition bag right there, but you will also get a copy of Debug magazine, a copy of Pixel Addict magazine. You will get the Into the Spider-Verse figures. You will get a sneak shaker and some sneak goodies in your bag. And we have more stuff to announce for the goodie bags next week. You have until the 14th of July to get your VIP tickets. And if you are a content creator or you've already bought a standard ticket and you want to upgrade to VIP, you can. You just have to reach out and contact us and we can tell you how you can do that. Standard ticket is literally 20 quid. Gets you in from 11 a.m. So you don't get in before the VIPs and the press and our special guests and content creators. But you can stay there till 10 p.m. and enjoy all the things that we've got going on the show. Family ticket is 50 quid. 2 adults, 2 kids will save you a tenner. Kids under 5 go free. And if you're a lone parent, as long as the child is accompanied with a parent, you can get an extra add-on ticket for a child at £10, saving you 20 quid. So you don't have to buy a family ticket. There are discounts, I'll say that properly, for standard tickets for groups of more of 5 or more, and you get 10% off. Or you can get some 15% discounts from all our wonderful content creators that are in the chat. Hello, Lecoq. Good to see you, my friend, including Mr. Lecoq, who's right there. Jesse and Paulie from Newton's Nuggets. Dave Johnson and Ashens. You can get your for Kylie and Pete from Rapid Reviews. Obviously, Devi, you can get a code off Devi. Also get a code off Misty. Who else is there? There's probably a few other people, so I apologize if I've missed any names. But yeah, if you can get your codes from them, you get 15% off. And all I'm going to say is, if you haven't got your tickets yet, and you're thinking of going to Nottingham Video Games Expo, which is next month, our guest next week is Alex from Nottingham Video Games Expo on this very, very show. Have a look at our social media and Nottingham Video Games social media on Friday night, because there is a very special offer. If you're going to Nottingham Video Games Expo and you want to go to Timeless or vice versa, you might want to take them up on a very special offer they're doing for next weekend only, as in this Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So keep your eyes peeled on social media. That's all going to be kicking off while I'm away, so I don't have to deal with it. So there you go, folks. Timeless, where it's never game over, and we've got so much more to announce. So there you go, folks. You could win an amazing £150 chair courtesy of GT Omega by just buying your ticket. So there you go. That's enough about gaming events. Yeah, thanks for leaving it with me, that Mag. You're welcome. There you go.
What are friends for?
Yeah, exactly. Well, Jesse probably wasn't classed me as a friend now after that, but there you go. Let's move on with our next game. Obviously, we were talking about this at the start of the show, and it really is, no offense, probably the biggest release this month. Folks, last Friday on PC, Xbox Series X, S1, PS4, PS5 came the only DLC for what was the game of the year of 2022. This is Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree DLC. Sit back, relax, because this is a 3-minute trailer, folks, but it is epic. Check it out.
Peggy 16.
My loyal blade and champion of the festival. Both your deeds will ever be praised in song.
Is there no hope for redemption? The answer, sadly, is clear.
The mere sight of your blade sets my heart aflutter. All the more I yearn to crush it in my grasp.
The Erdtree is my people's enemy. By Marika long betrayed, set aflame.
The fog that vexed my aging faculties has been lifted, and folly is better left dogging haunt me once again.
Such as it is, this battle could not be more fitting. For the birth of a new god and the coming of a lord.
Promise me you'll be my consort.
There you go. The DLC that everyone's been talking about for at least since Elden Ring came out. It's Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree, which came out on Friday. Dave, tell us a little bit more about this.
Yeah, well, this is the, as you said, the epic DLC. We've been waiting for it for quite a while now. It definitely isn't disappointing at the moment. I've been playing it since it came out. I haven't played anything apart from that, and it is just really, really good. I mean, the one thing that FromSoft do just so well is they can just build just such a really fantastic looking world that really makes you want to explore it. You know, you start off in this fairly sort of enclosed-ish area. You're going to have to defeat some bosses to open up the world, but you can see other areas that you're going to get to. And it definitely makes you want to find a way to get there to see what's down there, because you see glimpses of buildings in the distance, or particularly like one of these huge flame golem enemies. There's one in your starting area, but you can see them in other places.
Yeah,
out from the map, so you just want to try and find a way to get there. And I've been having great fun, just exploring around the initial area of the world so far. I've managed to defeat a boss in one of the catacombs that's there, one of the cave networks you find, and these are all really nicely designed. I think when I was playing the original game, I was starting to get a little bit fed up with the catacombs. They were starting to feel a little bit similar because there were so many of them. But this particular one that I found was just so well done. I didn't really mind going to another catacombs because it just felt a little bit different, because I'd put some fun little tricks in there, things just completely sort of catch you off guard. Particularly our enemy would suddenly appear that just hurl a fireball like you just weren't expecting it, or like the ceiling just suddenly comes down, is full of spikes. Unless you're on the ball, you're just not going to notice it until it crushes you. Stuff like that just makes it really epic, really challenging. And because of the way it's designed, when you get through these challenges, you do feel pretty impressed with yourself for doing it. So I'm absolutely loving it at the moment. If you weren't a fan of Elden Ring, then this ain't going to sway you.
Yeah, yeah.
About that. But if you love the game like I did, this is just more of it. It's it's not as big as the base game, but it's still pretty big. It's probably sort of a bit condensed down.
Yeah.
But it's still a lot there to play. Consider this as a DLC. I've seen people talking about like 50 hours of playtime.
Wow.
DLC
Okay.
is a hell of a lot, and depending on your skill level, it might take you longer than that.
Yeah.
If you want to explore around, but so far so good. Absolutely loving it.
That's impressive. Devi, I know Misty, your good friend, is absolutely loving this right now. But you're like me. You're not really an Elden Ring fan. But what do you think of this?
It's not my kind of game, but I can appreciate that it takes a lot of skill, it takes a lot of concentration, and everybody's raving about it, but honestly not my game. The only thing I know about Elden Ring is that it periodically steals my best friend. I hardly hear from Misty at this time. And I have had so many people message me recently going, the new DLC is about fingers.
Yes.
And I'm like, okay.
Yeah. So Danka said about the fact that apparently there's some arachnid creatures in it. It's not that. It's like they're weird hands with fingers, but they walk like spiders and they look like spiders. But they actually look more like hands. So it's like that. It would look like that. It looks like that.
Okay. Yeah,
it actually does look like that. Weirdly.
Yeah, because I know I'm a nail technician,
yeah.
but like I've had so many people going, "You need to play this. It's got hands in it."
Yeah, but it's like, what can you do with that? It's like...
most games have got hands in them.
Yeah.
But no, I can understand why people want me to have a look, and I can imagine that I could potentially make a future set of nails based on these creatures. But yeah, that's pretty much the only thing I really know about Elden Ring is that it's a hard game to play.
Yeah.
I probably will not be able to physically play it because there is a lot of input apparently.
Right. Okay.
But I can appreciate that it's something that people do gather around and take they book time off work.
Yes.
They make a big thing of it, and I love that for them. I think that's a fantastic thing that a game can do. But yeah, outside of that, I don't know
anything. Misty says the base game is all about fingers. DLC actually less so. So there you go. There you go. I wanted to say, actually, I forgot to say while we were running the adverts earlier, Aurelian, thank you for the 30 bits. He gigantified an emote of Dave dancing. Not that we saw it on here, but it was in my chat and it was Dave dancing. So I thought, not this Dave Johnson dancing.
Ah, right.
There you go. Don't worry, you're safe. We've not caught you on camera dancing yet. So there you go. So, folks, what do you think this got? Get your scores in. For this DLC, folks. Get your scores in. This is our fourth game of the night. We've got 2 more to go after this. And ironically, we're going to be talking a lot more about Elden Ring during this evening. So get your scores in the chat. I will see if anyone else has got a score in. Anyone actually put any scores in while we were playing No one's put any scores in, so start getting them in now. Manic says 8. Supernova, good evening. How you doing, buddy? Great to see you. Kylie says an 8.5. Flame says an 8. Debbie, I'll start with you. What do you reckon this got?
I'm going to say a 9.
Okay, a 9. I know Danka went for a 9.5 earlier. Tomo's going for a 9. Oh, there you go, mate. I did say it. Yeah, you got it before I missed it. Dave, what do you reckon this got?
I'm thinking a 9.5 as well.
9.5 as well. Okay. I do expect a 9 or a 9.5. I know a lot of people complaining it's too hard, but I think the other stuff is going to bring it up. Which one are you going for, Misty? 9 or a 9.5? Let me know. Folks, get your scores in. This is your last chance. This is the Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree DLC, which came out last Friday on PC, Xbox Series X, S1, PS4, and PS5. Misty is going for a 9.5 as well. And if there are no more scores, I can tell you, even though both GameSpot and IGN gave this a 10 out of 10, the reviews averaged out at 9.5. Hey. There you go. So really high scoring. They've said it's probably one of the best DLCs in a long time. Not only do you get value for money, but just the way it plays, the way, as Dave said, it adds more to it. It's just exceptionally good. So there you go. So congratulations to everyone who said 9.5. You'll be getting your shout outs. I bet Misty's like, phew, I'm glad I said 9.5 now. Well done, everyone. Dave, your first one of the night. How do you want to celebrate this?
Let's get you spinning, mate. 9.5 revolutions.
Oh, no. Look, it's your first one. You don't get 9.5 revolutions. You got to get some more right before you get that. All right. I'll give you a couple. All right. You can have a couple. Exclamation Dave in the chat if you want to shout Dave out, because Dave is not a streamer, so we can't shout him out. So that's the only way we can. So we're ready. Let's go.
Go for it.
Dave! There you go.
Nice.
Well done. There you go. Queeky, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Well done to everyone who got that right. Let's move on to our news story, which ironically is the first of two news stories all about Elden Ring. What a surprise. So this was perfect because there's a couple of news stories. So this first news story did leave some people a little bit baffled, because generally when you buy a DLC or you buy an update for a game, you get more trophies to unlock or achievements to unlock. And some people kind of went, oh, there isn't any with this DLC. And it's kind of weird because people are quite divided about this, because some people have gone, well, I love Elden Ring and all I care about is finishing this DLC because this gives the game a final conclusion, right? But then you got the ones that are like trophy hunters and that are going, well, why would I bother getting it? Because there's no trophies or achievements to do. So this isn't the first time that From Software have not put achievement and trophies in their games, but they have done it on one other game. They normally don't do it. So it says FromSoft normally adds extra achievements, so I was surprised there weren't new ones. So this has kind of divided people here. I want your thoughts. Do DLCs always need achievements and trophies? What are your thoughts, Dave and Devi?
I never find achievements or trophies that important, to be honest. Yeah, we probably grew up in the time when you didn't have them on the games. Then it came like the 360 generation.
Is exactly what I was thinking. Is that I and like yourselves, I'm from the generation that achievements weren't a thing, so it's never really been something like it's cool when you get one, but like it's not something that I ever go into a game thinking, oh yeah, I'm gonna get all the achievements. I'm like, I just want to enjoy the game. Now, fair enough, if achievements is something that certain players, that's why they play a game. That's entirely fair to them. But honestly, it doesn't make that much of a difference if they're there or not to me.
That's true.
So I can't even notice that there weren't any because I'm just concentrating on the game. There you go. I've only got to worry about the achievements. And I find sometimes like the achievements, they can just be a bit annoying when they pop up. I think of the original Tomb Raider remake. That one of the first scenes where Lara comes out of the cave after the start. You're looking at a big sort of scene. You get the little achievement pop up on the Xbox, its own tune play, and it's kind of like takes you out of this. And I had exactly the same with Alan Wake 2 on the Epic Games Store. It's got really good sort of audio to set the scene, but then you do something and it unlocks an achievement, and you get like the horrible Epic Games achievement ping cover, which completely kills the mood of the game and spoils it. And Epic don't have a way to just turn that off. You've got to go and delete files on your PC to get rid of the stupid thing, which I did do. So it wouldn't do it for the rest of the game.
I have to admit something along the similar line for myself is that, so when I stream, I only have one screen. I literally stream off a laptop.
Yeah.
So if something makes a noise and I don't know what is immediately going on, I'm like, shit, something's broken. And quite a few times, achievements have popped up and I've not seen them pop up, and I'm like, oh my lord, it's completely just sort of frazzled me for the stream because I'm like, shit, what's broken? What do I need to fix? Do I need to come out? So I again, it's not the same thing, but it does take me out of the game if there is something serious going on, or if I'm just enjoying myself. Like, I would rather not have those. There's probably a way to turn them off on Steam, and I'm just too stupid to find it. But I can see where you're coming from with that.
Yeah. I think it's divided. For me, achievements was never a thing. I mean, me and Dave are in the same era. Like, we played games throughout the 80s and 90s and noughties, and it was never a thing until it hit the Xbox 360 era. But then, for me now, I only really do them to get something out of it, because obviously with Game Pass for Xbox, you can get more free Game Pass or get vouchers for like Pizza Express and shit like that. So it's kind of like, well, then I'll do it, but it doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to complete a game again to get them unless it's easy to do. Again, with PS Plus, they kind of do the same thing. But if people don't care about that, then it doesn't matter. And I think if I wasn't getting rewarded for getting achievements, I probably wouldn't give a shit about them, to be honest. I don't think I'm that fussed about them anyway. And I think
it would never put me off playing a game, the fact that
I
haven't got any.
No, I quite gladly play a game if it hasn't got them. So there you go. Yeah, Dave says Mag turned me on to the Microsoft points. It's great. I'm not going to lie. I haven't paid for Game Pass in over 4 years now, and I think I've still got another 12 months of free Game Pass to go, and I'm about to get another 3 months. It's insane, just by playing games and getting achievements and doing stupid little missions, which is cool. But if it weren't there, I probably wouldn't care about them. So I'm not that fussed. So if I'm not an Elden Ring fan, don't hold it against me. But if I was, it wouldn't bother me, because I'd want to play this DLC if I was an Elden Ring fan. So there you go. It's one of them. But there you go. Queeky says achievement stresses me out. It's got, you see, you don't have to do it. Will, welcome back. Glad you're back. Let's talk about our next game. This came out today. It's on PC and MetaQuest, and this is the second of these games to get a remake. Back in 2021, I believe, we got the remake of the amazing and well-known puzzle game Myst, and now we are getting the follow-up, which is Riven. Let's have a look at the remake of Riven, which is out today.
Thank God you've returned. I need your help. There's a great deal of history that you should know. And for reasons you will discover, I can't send you to Riven with a way out. Once you've freed Catherine, I'll come with a linking book. She'll know how to signal me.
I know what he's doing. He's watching you. He's waiting for you to make a mistake.
The island has been steadily decaying for years. According to my most recent measurements, it appears that the Fifth Age has entered its final days.
There's a very good chance, if all this goes well, that you'll be returned to the place that you came from.
I apologize for the cage.
There you go, folks. This is the new Riven remake. I'm going to say I very much enjoyed Myst originally, playing it on the PC back in the day. And then when it came to Xbox Game Pass and consoles, I did enjoy playing it. I'll be honest, I never played this one, but this makes me excited to want to play it. So I'll let Dave... I will bring up Supernova's comment in a minute, but he says Myst was amazing. Dave, tell us more about this one if people are not familiar with these games, and tell us where we're at.
Yeah, well, I missed this back in the day. A bit like yourself. I never played the prequel Myst either.
Oh, okay.
I managed to miss both. I remember them being around. I remember them being like, a big deal at the time, because I think they were, on like a number of CDs. They had like FMV on them and stuff like that, and they were pretty impressive for what they were back in the day. I just ended up missing them, but they do look pretty cool. And looking at this one, I do quite fancy playing it. The original was out in 1997, so it's been like actually decades since then. They finally remade it, done it in Unreal Engine 5, I believe, and it looks like they've done a very, very good job of redoing it in that engine, because the original game, it was basically like a point and click. It was just like static screens.
Yes, it was.
Clicked on things to sort of move just bring at the next one. Whereas this has been done as like a full 3D world that you can smoothly move through. But it's kept all the sort of puzzles there. It's not holding your hand or anything like that. So you've really got to concentrate on what you're doing so you can actually solve these puzzles. I think some of them can get quite complicated. But general story-wise, this does, I think, follow on immediately from the story of Myst. Your character has been sent to the world of Riven by his mentor to try and save the mentor's wife who's been held captive there. And you've got to explore like these interconnected islands, solving the puzzles to get through each one to try and save the wife of your mentor. I do quite fancy playing this one because it does support VR as well. And looking at what they've managed to do here, graphic and detail wise on PC, I think playing that in VR, it would look really, really cool. And slow-paced puzzle games are a very good fit for VR as well. You can just look around, enjoy the scenery, then just try and figure out the puzzle. It looks like it'd be pretty good in VR. So I am tempted to play this at some point. But I'm going to have to finish the Elden Ring DLC before I get to anything else, I reckon.
I'll bring up a couple of things that have been mentioned. It's quite funny. So Supernova said there was some ranting about this as it shows a CGI people where the original were video recordings, which is true because Myst had video recordings. And weirdly, in the Myst remake, you could bounce between the CGI stuff and the original recordings. You could have a look at it. Maybe this offers the same thing, but a few people are not happy that it's CGI. Funny enough, Games Guru was like, Myst needs a remake. They did. 2021. Came out in 2021. I played it on this very channel. So I was like, and I think it might still be on Xbox or Game Pass, but it might have come off a few months ago. And funny enough, Games Guru said, I'll tell you what else we need. Beyond Good and Evil 2. Ubisoft yesterday announced it's still in development. They're still working on it, even though they announced it years ago.
Hell.
So, yeah, they are still working on it. So it's funny you should bring that up, but literally news came out last night, but there's no other information than that. That's why we're not really talking about it on the show tonight, but hopefully we will.
It's just the longest in-development game. It overtook Duke Nukem Forever.
It did.
Development the longest.
There you go. It's not on Game Pass anymore. It must have come. I'm sure it came off Game Pass last year. It was on Game Pass for about 2 years. Has it been 10 years since it's been announced? Probably. So there you go. Anyway, moving back to this. Devi, your thoughts on Riven?
I've never heard of it until this moment, and I really want to play. I really it. Really does give me the Room vibes, and I love that series of games.
Yeah.
So I really want to have a good look at this. I don't know if it's something I would stream, but I definitely want to play, and I'm going to have a look into Myst as well. If it's the
I'd say start with that.
Yeah, it's the first one, yeah. But honestly, this must have been a set of games that sort of passed by me when I wasn't anywhere near PC games at all. But I am genuinely very interested in these two games.
I'd play this. This is right up my street. And the fact, as Dave said, not only is this out on PC, but you can play this in MetaQuest VR. It's really, really cool. There you go. Beyond Good and Evil 2 was announced in 2008. There you go. Oh, and this Myst did depart Game Pass in 2022. Oh, so it wasn't last year. It was a year before that. So it was really only on Game Pass for about a year then. Okay, interesting. Folks, get your scores in. What do we think that Riven has got? Dave, I'll start with you on this one. What do you reckon?
I'm going to go for an 8 for this one.
Okay, 8 out of 10. Chat, get your scores in now. Let us know what you think. Supernova is saying an 8.5 for this one. Remember, if you put your scores in the chat and you get it right, you'll get a shout out for your channel. Will is saying an 8. So he's going with you, Dave. Devi, what do you reckon to this one?
I kind of want to say like a 6.5.
Okay, interesting.
That's what my gut's telling me. And I don't know why. I can't quite put my finger on it, but I just... Yeah, I think I'm going to go 6.5.
Okay.
I'm probably totally wrong, but...
Okay. All right. Okay. Flame says a 7.5. Danka says 9 if lost. So any more scores, folks? This is your last chance. This is Riven. This came out today on PC and MetaQuest. Ellie, hello. How are you, lovely? Great to see you. Good to see you. welcome on in. Any more scores? Last chance for this one. Did I miss anyone's scores? If so, quickly put it in the chat. If not, Kylie said a 9. Sorry, I missed that. Kylie said a 9. My apologies. That's further up. And Dan said a 9. I think that's everyone. Okay, folks. Well, then I can tell you this got. Jesse says a 1, not his thing. 8.5 out of 10.
Oh, fantastic.
So there you go. A good score. So Supernova, well done. You got it correct. Go follow Supernova. Go give him a follow. Go check out his channel. He's a really awesome guy. It was great to see you on Friday, buddy, at the Twitch meet. So well done to you, sir. Jesse was close with the 1. Yeah. Yeah, very close, Jesse. Very close. So there you go. There you go. Our final game of the night, ladies and gents, is a little bit more laid back and something a little bit more fun. Let's have a look at this. I've already got the name wrong. It came out today on Nintendo Switch. This is Super Monkey Ball Banana Rumble. Let's go, people. Bit of fun to end the show with. Here goes. It's bananas, apparently, if you didn't realise. Big Jesse says, this is way better than the last game. 2 out of 10. Thanks, Jesse. Looks more party-based than the previous entries. Time to go bananas, methinks. Well, let's find out. Is it time to go bananas, Dave?
It certainly looks like it, doesn't it? Plenty of bananas in there to go to collect. I've got a bit of sort of love-hate relationship with these games. I've tried playing them over the years, but I always find I can never quite get the controls quite right.
Yeah.
Especially if you're using like the gyro controls, like, move the level around, try to get your momentum right. I just end up going, flying off the fucking map and plummeting to death, and then I usually just get fed up with them. I think I have more luck against the Elden Ring bosses than I do against the bloody monkey news ball.
This is your true Elden Ring boss.
Yeah.
Yes. I find these things a pain in the ass. I can just never quite get the feel for it. But it's still a popular series. It's been going for a long time. I think this is the first new one for quite a while. I think there's been a few sort of remakes, re-releases.
Yes.
First proper new one. And it does look pretty decent. So I think the fans will be pleased with it. It has got a lot of party modes to it. So there's a lot of multiplayer modes that you can play, different types of things like just races to the finish. Just one we got to smash loads of robots. I think you can play some of this on local multiplayer, but it does support online multiplayer as well for I think up to 30 players, probably depending on the mode. But as well as that, you have got there is like a story mode, a bit of a sort of loose narrative to it, not really much of a story. It's just got some cutscenes, but like a bit in between some of the levels. But from some of the videos I've watched of it, some of these levels do look quite tricky to try and navigate through.
Yeah,
you are going to need a bit of patience, a bit of skill with it to be able to get through it. So yeah, I think the Monkey Ball fans are probably going to like this one.
Oh, Big Jesse said, wait, the scores are out of 10. In that case, 1.5. Supernova's going for another 8.5. Kylie's going for a 7.5. Danka said 7.5. Debbie, what do you think to this game? more.
I'm going to go 8.5.
8.5. Ooh, why did you say that then?
I think it's because it obviously it's a well-known game. It's been going for a long time. It's got that nostalgia vibe that people love. You know, it's one of those things that we played as kids, so people love it, and it's bright, colourful, catches your attention, and it's a party game. Party games always do well, I feel.
Yeah, that's true. Have a good laugh with games like that. See, I play this. I've just never actually played any of the Super Monkey Ball games, but I know I would play them. It sounds
exactly. I've never ever played any of the games, but I was looking at that, and immediately I've literally just messaged Misty going, "We need to write this down." Yeah.
You need to play it. You need to play it. It needs to happen.
It looks like one of those really good games that you could do with your community.
Yeah.
And obviously Misty and I do the Everyone Can streams, and I was like, this would be such a good one to get a lot of people involved. It looks like it's quick. It's, you know, it's bright, it's colourful. I think it's going to do well.
Yeah, I think it'll do well as well. There was a Monkey Ball game at Arcade Club. Yes, I was tempted to have a go, but didn't have time. You can always play it at Timeless. Plug.
I was just about to say there's going to be a queue at Timeless.
Yeah, there you go. Queekies does an 8.5 for sure. There you go. Right, let's score. So you said a 6.5, didn't you, Devi?
No, I said 8.5.
8.5, sorry. Why did someone else put 6.5 in the chat? Will, I can't accept that score that you put in the chat because we don't do quarter numbers. I need a half or a whole number. If it's wrong, it's bedtime. If it's right, it's a beer. Oh, that sounds like things. He's saying an 8.5, says Queeky. I'm there. Don't worry. Hopefully bringing my son to. Oh, amazing. Well, then you could both be playing it. That would be fantastic. Flame said an 8.5. Will, give us another score. Sorry, it was Misty that said a 6. I got that wrong. Kylie said a 7.5. Danka with a 7.5. Super 8.5. Dave, what say you?
I'm going to try an 8 for this one.
8 for this one. Okay, folks. Last chance on our last game of the night. So your last chance to win a shout out on the channel is Super Monkey Ball Banana Rumble. Darth Blinky, good evening. Another great gentleman that was at the Twitch meet on Friday. Great to see you, Darth. Good to see you. Emperor Will Carrot. I've just added a Will into the middle of his name. There you go. Will, or Emperor Carrot, says 8 out of 10 as well. So, folks, last chance. This is Super Monkey Ball Banana Rumble out today on the Switch. Get your scores in before I close the voting off, and I'm going to tell you. Manic says an 8. Thank you, Manic. That this got this.
Oh,
it's close.
So close. Yeah, not too bad. A 7.5 out of 10. So perfectly decent. I know people go, oh, 7.5, that means it's shit. It's not. It's perfectly decent. I know we've had some very high scoring games in the show tonight, but for a standard of this kind of game, that is absolutely cool. So anyone, Supernova's like controversial, but anyone who said 7.5, did anyone say? Danka said 7.5. Well done, Danka. Kylie's like, yes, my crazy brain got one. So there you go. But that's all good. That's all good. Well done. There you go. So congratulations to those people who got that right. Well done. Obs, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you as well. Good to see you in chat. Great to have you here. We've got our last news story of the show of the night. And can you guess what it's about?
Monkey Ball?
Oh, I don't know.
No, it's not about Monkey Ball. Well, surprise, surprise. It's about Elden Ring again. Oh, my life.
Never would have guessed.
There you go.
Talking about Elden Ring.
So not only did we talk about this earlier, the fact that there's no trophies or achievements, and some people are fine with that, and some people aren't. Night Queaky, take care, buddy. Good to see you. No, we've already talked Timeless, Will. I don't know whether you missed it. We announced that GTO Mega, just for buying a ticket, you could win a GTO Mega chair worth 150 quid. And we've got another GTO Mega chair, which is worth 165. But to find out how you win that, you've got to attend the event, and we tell you on the day. So there you go. So we were talking Elden Ring, and this one I think is more interesting because someone brought this up in chat earlier, but a couple of people have expressed that the new DLC for Elden Ring is just too difficult. It's far more difficult than a normal Elden Ring game. And because of that, the average scores for PC have kind of been downgraded. And it's now kind of stating that it's not got great reviews, it's got mixed reviews. Now, obviously, we also took in basically the console scores, and that's why it got an average of 9.5 out of 10 on our show. But if we just did the PC score is actually lower than that. Some fans are not loving the fact that the game is just way too hard. And some people have said that the PC performance isn't that great compared to the console versions. However, there is an answer if you're one of these people that are finding the game far too hard. Modders have made the game easier. There are mods there to make the game easier. You can make the bosses 25% less difficult, 50% less difficult. There's a mod that if you die, rather than having to go all the way back to where you had to collect your loot, it spawns right beside you. So you haven't left your loot. Different mods. So mods are there for people to basically use on the PC version, not the console version of it. So my two questions here for this one, and chat, let us know your thoughts as well. Is it an issue that this DLC is not hard? Because Elden Ring is known for being a difficult game. From Software games are known for being difficult games. So should people complain about this? And the second thing is, if you're not happy about that and you can get access to the mods, should you stop moaning?
I think people just like to moan, don't they, these days? Yeah. At the end of the day, it's just someone's opinion. Yeah, someone might find it hard, someone else might find it easy. I mean, is it hard? Yeah, it's difficult, but it's not impossible. You've got a lot of different ways to play it. You haven't got to keep trying the same thing over and over and banging your head against a brick wall. There's tons of different armor sets, weapons, magical abilities and stuff that you can use to switch your play style, try different tactics. I mean, the DLC, I think it does try and humble you a little bit when you first go in, because it's got a different leveling system only in the DLC, which I think is there to sort of make it challenging regardless of how long you played it for. Some people might only play for the base game once. Other people will probably play for it 10, 20 times, and ridiculous like that. Got a stupidly high level character, so it's kind of set to be challenging for all. But there is a boss you can go to pretty much straight away when you start the game.
Yes.
Black Gale Knight. You can't use your summons, so it's a one-on-one fight. And if you just go straight to him, he will just fuck you over in 2 hits.
Yeah.
I've tried him a couple of times just at the start, and he absolutely obliterated me. So, as you can in this game, you can just leave him, do something else, come back later, go and explore the land, find the items that are out there to increase your power level and improve your defense. They are out there. I think you can find a number just exploring. Others you'll get for defeating other bosses. So you are kind of meant to get battered to begin with, and then go off exploring, try and improve. But I don't know. I still think it's a weird thing for people to moan about, because it's not exactly easy playing through the base game to get to the point where you can then enter the DLC. There's a lot to go through. There's some hard bosses to get through.
And this is the thing. Will brought this up in chat, but we talked about this in one of the news stories because people were confused how you start the DLC. And we stated that you had to actually get one of the side bosses that a lot of people haven't played yet. And we said that more than 60% of people that have played Elden Ring haven't actually killed that boss yet. So they've got to kill it to be able to play the DLC. So that's
optional.
Yeah, which is nuts. Devi, I mean, from your point of view, if the developers are known for making rock solid games, should they move away from doing that, or should they stick with their guns? And if people don't like it, they can use the mods to their advantage. What are your thoughts?
If they weren't complaining it was too hard, they'd be complaining it was too easy and it's not up to the standards of Elden Ring difficulty level. But no, one of the few things that I do know about Elden Ring, that it is a difficult game, and I don't understand why people are going into it in they're going into it knowing that it's a difficult game.
Yeah.
So why moan about it?
I totally agree.
That's like sticking your hand in fire and moaning that it's hot.
Yeah.
What do you expect? Elden Ring is literally known for being a hard game.
Yeah.
And that's why people love it. When it comes to mods, I have a slightly I don't know what to say, skewed, maybe a biased view.
Okay.
So I look at mods from an accessibility standpoint as a disabled content creator.
Right, yeah.
So in my opinion, if you need mods are okay. In my opinion, mods are okay as long as you don't abuse them.
Yeah.
Like, and obviously that's a really, it's a really like cop out thing to say because people do abuse them regardless. But honestly, I do agree with mods because it opens the floor for players who may not be able to play that game otherwise. So yeah, Elden Ring is a really difficult game. It's got a reputation for being a difficult game, but it also could be a game that somebody who doesn't have the dexterity or, capability to play at the standard level. And if a mod is going to give that person access to play that game and become part of that community, then I think that's a fantastic thing.
Yeah, I think that's perfectly acceptable. Unfortunately, Ob says, people will complain. It's easy or too hard, just as you said, Devi. So either way, someone will moan, and at the end of the day, if you don't like it, don't play it.
Yeah, play something else.
Yeah, there you go.
Plenty of
it's not like we've got a lack of games to choose from.
I know.
Even
though me and Dave have been going on about that this year hasn't been that great for games, we're not going to last fucking 3 years. There's a ton of games you can play. This is just one little DLC.
Oh, everyone's got a backlog of shame. You could just go and dig something out from that, couldn't you?
I know. Yeah, go.
Like, I also completely agree with Danka. If there is a phobia issue, mods are fantastic. For one of my streamer friends, she is severely epileptic, and she uses mods on games and applications so that she can play.
I know. Really cool. Yeah,
it's one of those things that, I am a disabled content creator, physically disabled, so I struggle with input on things. So mods that make something accessible to me, I am all for.
Yeah.
Even if it's something stupid, like giving a crab a gun.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. That was great when we played.
It was brilliant because, and people complained about that as well. Oh, it makes it too easy. It makes it, it ruins the game. Well, then don't use it.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, don't use the mod. But don't complain about other people using it to make the game fun for them, because that's what games are about. Games are about having fun.
Yeah.
If you want to do your speed run, if you want to do your 100%, if you want to challenge yourself in that way, fantastic, go for it. But do not shit on somebody else trying to enjoy the game their way. Sorry, I'll calm down now.
You rant better than I do on my own channel. I'll say that.
It's one of those things that, like, everybody has their own way of playing a game. I can't play certain games because I don't have the dexterity to put input on a controller. Yeah. So I don't play them, and that's my choice. But if those games have the option there for someone who wants to play it, fantastic. But I don't need Billy Bob over there shitting on my gameplay because I'm having fun.
Yeah. No, I think that's perfectly fine. I would never play Elden Ring because I know I would be shit at it. I would rage at it and I wouldn't find it enjoyable. But there's games that I get loads of enjoyment out of, so I would play. So there you go. Yeah. And he said, well said.
No,
good on you, girl.
Honestly, things like this really, really wind me up because it's usually snotty-nosed brats that are like, well, you should play like me. And it's like, well, not everyone can play like you. And I play a game because I enjoy it.
Yeah.
I sit down to play a game to enjoy it. If you want to sit down to play a game to challenge yourself, to wind yourself up, to rage quit at it, fantastic. You do that.
Yeah. There's certain games I will play on stream that I know might make me rage, and I do it purely for entertainment purposes. But games like, I wouldn't play Elden Ring because it would actually make me angry. And like just what Ob said, I don't want that. I want to enjoy a game. So that's my thing. But if you get a kick out of the challenge, and it's Dave said it can be really rewarding, I ain't got a problem with that either.
Yeah. So, and if you get a kick out of being wound up and frustrated with a game and then finally getting over that hurdle and you're like, fuck yeah, I did it. Again, fantastic. Everybody is allowed to play a game to their enjoyment. We all don't have the same idea of what is fun.
There you go. True story, folks. There you go. Will says he solved the problem. Stick them in a Modern Warfare 2 lobby and then they won't moan again. So there you go, folks. Folks, that is it. That is our show for this week. Thank you so much. So clearly, Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree is basically our highest scoring game of the night with a 9.5 out of 10 on average. But we've had some other great games that have scored high. Tavern Talk, Five Nights at Freddy's, Help Wanted 2 on VR, and Riven. And also we've had Super Monkey Ball getting a 10.5. And then obviously early access Bodycam, not so great, 5.5, but it is early access. So you might want to check that out anyway. And I'm sure we'll review it when it comes out properly. We will have more games for you next week, including a game that comes out on Thursday, which I will be streaming when I get back from TwitchCon, which is Luigi's Mansion 2 HD. They've remastered the game. We'll be talking about that on next week's show. And our guest, as already mentioned, will be Alex from Nottingham Video Games Expo, because Nottingham Video Games Expo is only about 2/3 weeks away. So we'll be talking about his event, him and James's event, which takes place in Nottingham in July for 2 days this year. I missed out on it last year, but I'm actually going to get to go on the Sunday. So I'm looking forward to that. So there's that event as well. Can I say a massive thank you to the wonderful Debbie, who stepped in with less than 24 hours notice. Thanks for being an amazing guest. There you go. So get a little ripple of applause. There you go. There you go. You go, woo, in the chat. Thank you. And also, obviously, my co-host who knows the most, the Mr. Wonderful. Mr. Wonderful. Yeah, Mr. Wonderful. Okay, you can take that. There you go.
Cheers, mate. It was a pleasure.
But there you go. Go check out Devi's channel. Go check it. When are you next on? I know because you're going off to TwitchCon like me, but are you on before you head off, or?
No, I have decided to take a little bit of a hiatus, just until I come back from TwitchCon, because we fly out on Friday and come back on Wednesday. And my stream nights are Tuesday night and Wednesday night at 7 p.m. BST. So obviously I'm not going to be. There is no way I'm streaming after getting back on a flight. So my next stream will be. Hold on, I can totally read a calendar. Bear with me. Hold on, because I know what day. Let me work out what it is, because I do have a few things written down. So for definite 100%, my next stream will be on the 9th of July.
Okay.
I may possibly do one on the 8th, the Monday. I'm not 100% sure on that yet. Mondays is my co-working streams. They tend to be, and it's a here or there whether or not I'm streaming. But I can say July is going to be dino focused for my everything dinosaur, because it is my birth month and I'm indulging myself because I've put a lot of work in to a couple of events recently, and I'm like, you know what, we're going all in on the dinosaurs.
Nice. Okay.
So there's going to be plenty of dinosaur nail art. We've got some 3D stuff going on. We've got some potential aquarium nails going on with a couple of collabs in there too. But yeah, we've got a lot of dinosaur stuff.
Sweet. Go check out from either the 8th or the 9th of July. Go check out Devi's streams. As I said, I'm off to TwitchCon as of tomorrow, so I won't be back until this time next week. As I said, with TNGC, we'll have a community night to announce. And then on the Thursday, we will be playing Luigi's Mansion 2. Can't wait. So we get to talk about it on the show on Tuesday and then get to play it on the Thursday. So that's it from us. Thank you to everyone in chat. You lot have been amazing. Thank you to the mods and everyone for doing the job and keeping the good scores. And we're going to have a bit of a break, and I'll report back from TwitchCon after the weekend. Let's go do a raid and see who we can send some love to. Thank you so much for everyone watching. I hope you have a fantastic week, everyone. Thank you, Dan. Appreciate it. I'm looking forward to seeing. I will see Devi at the event amongst Misty and a few other people in chat. So I'm looking forward to seeing number of people that have been on this show are going to be at TwitchCon as well. So I'm looking forward to meeting up with you and having a drink. And some people that were at the event on Friday as well that we did. So there you go. Let's see. Dan, thank you for the 100 bits. Greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. I don't know if Jesse's about, he can give you a shout out. If not, I might have to give you a shout out in a minute. Let's see who's on. My God, there's a lot of people on tonight. Let's see. We'll go there. That's an option. I'm trying to see someone that we haven't. Let's have a look. Let's see. Oh, I tell you, what's he playing? I have not raided him in a long time. Let's just check. Let's see. What's Fanta Dave playing? He's playing some Clone Hero. If you've never heard of Clone Hero, it's very much like Guitar Hero. And he's playing some Clone Hero. I've not seen Fanta Dave for ages. I got to meet Fanta Dave literally 2 months ago when I was up in Newcastle. So I actually got to meet him after all this time, which is great. So let's go. They're rocking out. They've got their V vests on. They've got their tattoos showing. They're playing a bit of Clone Hero, which is just like Guitar Hero, up against each other. So let's do that. That will start. Nightle, thank you so much, everyone. You take care. That raid has started and will start at the end credits. And Dan, I'm going to give you a very quick shout out for that 100 bits as I press the button. You gave yourself a shout out. Oh, blimey. Okay. I'm giving you a shout out anyway. And remember, folks, wherever you are in the world, have a great morning, a great afternoon, and a great evening. And I shall see you when I am back on TwitchCon on this very show Tuesday next week. You lot have been amazing. I've been very sweaty. Take care. Do a wave. Bye.
Good night.